welcome to Legacy Treats channel. Today we are doing something savory instead of sweet. So it'll be me, Swan, this is my mom, and my son Jeremiah.
Hi.
So Mom, tell us what we're making today.
Today we're gonna make a Creole style gumbo, authentic from New Orleans. It was a recipe given down from my aunt, Nometta, and then her daughter, Maxine, passed it down to me, and now I'm passing it on to the next generation. In Creole, you use tomato, and in Cajun, you do not. Some people use meat, which is what we're using today. We're gonna use sausage, we're going to use chicken, we're going to use shrimp, crab, and we're also gonna use crawfish tails. We're gonna use our seasoning, which is Zatarain's gumbo mix. Everything's already in it. You really do not have to add a whole lot. We're also going to add a couple of teaspoons of thyme. We're also going to add crushed garlic. And I've also found another spice. It's an African spice, which is saffron, which is gonna add a plant-based flavor to it.
Yes. And y'all want to make sure that y'all get this brand.
That's right.
Get this brand.
Every brand, the brand that you use is gonna determine the taste. For instance, you use andouille sausage. If you try to buy Tabasco sausage, it's not gonna taste the same.
Which we already have.
The
shredded.
chicken has already, we prepped it already, so it's already shredded. The green onion is just gonna be your garnish for the top. We're gonna make our roux first, and when we make our roux, it's simply going to be, I like to use peanut oil, but today, since I don't have peanut oil, I'm going to use 1/2 cup of bacon grease, and the rest is going to be butter, because I like it light and not heavy. Once we make our roux, which we're gonna stir it for 45 minutes up to an hour, and the color needs to be a pecan to chocolate color. In the roux, simply flour, bacon grease, butter, or peanut oil, whichever you prefer. Once our roux is done, then we're going to incorporate our chopped vegetables, our celery, our onion, and our bell pepper, which is simply called the Trinity. All of you all from New Orleans, of course, you already know this. So let's get started with our roux.
Preparation for the gumbo, we're going to make a shrimp stock. Once you make this stock, I bet you will never throw your shrimp shells away again. Every time you use fresh shrimp, save the shells in a plastic container or in a freezer bag until you have accumulated enough to make a batch of stock. For the ingredients for our shrimp stock, we're going to use 1 to 2 pounds of shrimp shells, 1 cup of coarsely chopped yellow onions, 1 cup of chopped celery, 6 smashed garlic cloves, 3 bay leaves, 1 teaspoon of black peppercorns, 1 teaspoon of dried thyme, and 2 tablespoons of salt. So once you gather all of those ingredients, you will place the shrimp shells in a large colander and rinse them under cold running water. Place all the ingredients in a heavy quart stock pot. Add 4 quarts of water and bring to a boil over high heat, skimming to remove any foam that rises to the surface. Reduce the heat to medium-low and simmer uncovered for 45 minutes, skimming occasionally. Remove the stock from the heat and strain through a fine mesh sieve into a clean container. Let it cool completely. Refrigerate the stock for up to 3 days, or you may freeze it in an airtight container for up to 2 months.
Whisk together flour, 3/4 cup bacon drippings in a large heavy saucepan over medium-low heat until smooth. Cook roux, whisking constantly until it turns into a rich mahogany brown color. This can take up to 30 minutes. Watch your heat carefully and whisk constantly or roux will burn. Remove roux from heat. Continue whisking until mixture stops cooking. Place celery, onion, green bell pepper, and garlic into your work bowl of a food processor and pulse until all vegetables are very finely chopped. Stir your vegetables into the roux mix and put in your sliced sausage. Cook over medium-low heat, stirring constantly until vegetables are tender, That's 10 to 15 minutes, then remove from heat and set aside. Combine water and stock in a large Dutch oven or soup pot and bring to a boil over medium-high heat. Stir until stock is hot, then whisk roux mixture into the boiling water. Reduce heat to a simmer. And mix in sugar, salt, hot pepper sauce, Cajun seasoning, bay leaves, thyme, stewed tomatoes, and tomato sauce. Simmer your soup over low heat for 1 hour. Mix in 2 teaspoons of filet powder at the 45-minute mark. Melt 2 tablespoons of bacon drippings in a skillet over medium heat. Add okra and vinegar and cook for 15 minutes. Remove okra with a slotted spoon and stir into the simmering gumbo. Mix in your seafood, crab meat, shrimp, chicken, and Worcestershire sauce and simmer until flavors have blended. That's about 45 minutes more. Stir in 2 more teaspoons of the filet gumbo powder just before serving. Serve hot and enjoy. Bon appetit. Most people like it and say it's better the following day.